All right, what we have now is a little bit of a sort of video in jest, but I mean like a joke, um, uh, in a way. Uh, this is on World Quantum Day, so a bunch of different companies are doing different things for World Quantum Day, and I saw that Google put out a little game for World Quantum Day, and so I figured that I would claim my one opportunity maybe to get a world record speed run right here, um, and record this and get it out. For those of you who don't know, speed running is a big thing and part of the gaming community where you try to complete games as fast as possible. There's a lot of crazy techniques that exist for a lot of different games. It's a really big thing. It's a really hard thing. It's really competitive. Um, and I don't think it sounds all that much fun, to be honest, but I figured this is my chance to sort of stake a claim because I don't think very many people have played this game, and I don't think anyone has sped run this game since it came out. Sped run. I don't know what the past tense. Since it came out like 4 hours ago, and um, yeah, see, like 4 hours ago, and is very niche to the quantum community. So there we go. So for those of you interested in playing this game, and if you want to beat my speed run, then you're welcome to. I found it just on Google's Twitter, so you can go here. You click on this, it takes you to this link. This blog post by Abe, who used to be at IBM actually. If you ever watched the old Coding with Qiskit videos, he did the first series of that. I don't know what the story is there now that he's working at a rival company, but um, there's a bunch of, the boring, generic, every company put this out for World Quantum Day. We need more students, we need experts, broader public appeal, yeah, whatever. And then we can click on the Qubit game, which is the game that we're going to be speed running / playing, and this is what it takes us to. And so you can see that up in the top right of my screen is actually the speedrun timer. It's called Live Split. It's really popular with speedrunners. And so what we're going to be doing now is I encourage you to play this game. I'll link it below. It's not really a complex game. It's sort of an idle game where you just upgrade things and then yeah, that's basically it. And you improve your qubits by upgrading things, and then your qubits give you more resources to upgrade themselves, and that's the basic gist of it. But what we're going to be doing here is the only metric I could think of in speedrunning. There's any percent, which is just completing the game basically. But I don't know. I did play this game before, but I don't really know what like I played it, but then there's just more stuff to do. So I don't know if there's a completion point. Like I don't know if the game ever ends. Is what I'm trying to say. At least it didn't when I was playing. I played for a while earlier. So what we're going to be doing is a 100% upgrade run. So you'll see in a second that here I'll just show you actually. Is when I do this, you can see, or yeah, eventually that on the left side there's going to be upgrades, and so we're going to want to get all of those upgrades. I'm just going to refresh this because that's taking a while, and so we're going to want to unlock all of those upgrades, and that's what the speedrun ends once we unlock the last upgrade. And so my strategy, I didn't really plan out my strategy a lot, but basically I found a good system that gave a lot of information, which is the currency, upgrade currency in this game. And so I'm just going to try and do that. The gameplay, it is more involved. It's not completely idle because they're supposed to knock away the heat that causes decoherence. So yeah, we can, I guess this is so different than what I usually do, but I think it's kind of fun. We can get into it. So I will as soon as I hit continue, I will start the timer up there. Oh, I'm going to reset the timer because I realized that this was not, that was not the beginning. So now I'm going to start it. There we go. This is a true beginning of the game. So as far as I know, okay, I shouldn't have paused the game right there. This is unskippable, but I don't know that for certain. I'm clicking as much as I can, but it doesn't seem to do anything. So we can see that there's a heat we're gonna have to bounce away. I don't think it. Oh, this is very loud. I don't want this to be. So now there's full coherence. So this is still just a tutorial basically. And so now we'll see upgrades. So yeah, so information, as I said, is the currency of the game. So now we're going to collect it. See, I measured it, and now we're going to be able to see the upgrades. These are the heat particles we want to knock away. So we need 10 information for that one. Now I don't think, and this is, I might be wrong on this one, but I don't think there's any advantage to, like, I don't know. Well, I don't know what the timing works down on for how long it takes per. So there we go. See, we got one there. We got our first upgrade. So this is basically the stats that we have over here. I think it's most efficient to let them wait for a while because I think the coherence time is longer. But I don't know for certain if it actually matters when you measure for time-wise. So we can see that we're about to hit 8, 9, 10, done. So we do, however, need a lot more. This is the upgrade we're going to be going for first, is qubit speed. Information capacity isn't actually that important early on, from what I've been able to determine. You can see this is a unskippable sort of event right now. And if you entangle them, they do compute much faster. However, any noise that hits any of them hits all of them. So it's sort of a high risk, high reward strategy. So you can see how fast there can be 7, 8, 9, 10, done. So we measure both of them simultaneously only by clicking on one. And thankfully, we're not going to have to click on all of this later. So we got a new qubit here. Yeah, so we're going to go with qubit speed next. Because really we want to get all of our qubits. Basically, it's a long strategy is to maximize the number of qubits, then get the automation steps. Because you lose a lot once you start to have like a lot more qubits, you'll lose a lot of time clicking them. So we're getting qubit speed right here. And so getting the automation is pretty important and this is all not super rigorous. And from what I've been able to discern, it's just from playing the game a little bit and sort of trying to figure out what the strategy is. Maybe I put more work into this than I should have when I have, actual work and homework to do. But so we can see we're just early on, there's not too much to do. I'm not going to get the information capacity yet. I'm going to go, I'll wait for this. It's not worth to get this yet, I'm pretty sure. But we can reduce the rate. And that's pretty small. The only reason I did that is because it's so cheap. It's not that good of an upgrade, but it's sort of, I guess the optimal strategy would probably be to get very few of those upgrades and just be good at deflecting the heat waves, but I'm not that good at deflecting them. So that's why I got the upgrade. It's sort of a safer, but that's suboptimal route, I'm pretty sure, because if you if you were super good at deflecting them, then you could just put all your upgrades into the qubits. So now we measure both of those. We're going for qubit storage here because that will allow us to get more qubits. This is pretty good, but we don't actually need it for a little bit because until it starts getting hard to measure all the qubits by hand, it doesn't really matter that we do have analog measurement because that's what it unlocks, as you'll see. All right, so we're going to actually wait for that to go up to 10 before measuring that. And then what we're going to go for next is actually the improved qubit manufacturing before getting information capacity. I don't know if that's optimal, but I don't think this upgrade is actually that good. So you can see right now we have 7 qubits, but we have a max of 25. Or, well, we will have 7. So now we also unlock a zoom bar, as you can see down there. So I can zoom out a little. In fact, I can zoom out a lot and you'll see the whole computer there, but it's not what I want to do yet. Oh, that's not what I messed up a little there. It's suboptimal. So yeah, we're almost, after a couple measurements, we should have the faster qubit manufacturing. Once we get this one, we should, these two, we should have it. I'm just going to claim that early just so we can grab that upgrade. You can see how much faster we're getting them now. Now is to the point where I'm going to start thinking about getting this upgrade because I won't be able to click all of them as quickly as I need to for optimal gameplay. So yeah, I'm grabbing that one. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And so now this is when it gets a little harder when you have to knock all of these away. That was pretty good. I've messed up a lot of cosmic ray events. And so, because not only is it bad just because they interfere with the qubits, but also they'll like cross the whole chip and mess up, right? It hits this one, that's messed up. Now it hits this one, that's messed up. So it's really bad for if you let the noise or the heat get in there. The next upgrade we're going to be going for is actually the, let me measure these real quick. We're not going to be going for the analog just yet. I don't know if that's the best strategy, but I think it's more worthwhile to get the, what's it called? Here we go. The improved qubit amount first, the 85 qubits. So now I'm just measuring them to make sure that you can see I'm not getting all of these perfect. So you can see they go through and they do a lot of damage. I've been pretty good about getting the laser particles, so I don't feel the need to really get that next upgrade. So we can just wait. But this improved storage is what we need. We don't really care about the speed because we're already at 15, so it's not that important because actually we're doing this a lot faster. I might get, I don't know, now this is I'm doing more efficient than I planned, so I don't know what the best strategy is here. I'm gonna go with yeah, I'm gonna go with faster generation. Oh, this is information. Oh, okay, then that doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one then. I thought that was faster qubit generation. I was confusing myself there. Expert qubit manufacturing. We would definitely want to have improved. We want to have our increased storage because we're getting close we were getting close to 25, so it would be a waste, right, to get that early. The next thing I'm going to be looking at is the information. I'm going to get these two. Probably get the information capacity one first, because talking and doing this is surprisingly hard. I don't know how. Sometimes I can't like hit them, so I don't know what's up with that. So yeah, we'll get the information capacity first, and then we'll get qubit speed, and then we'll get signal processing. And then we might get laser coolant at that point, just so we can play it safe. We're gonna have to get it eventually anyway for the 100% upgrade, but we might be able to wait. Yeah, so you can see this isn't the most exciting part yet. I'm not going to grab that yet. I don't think it's worth. I've been doing fine so far. Yeah, so now we're going to get this, and then we're going to do analog signal upgrade. In terms of what the timing should look like, I think we'll be able to do this in less than 25 minutes. I'm not sure optimal play is probably like 16 would be my guess. Is if you did everything perfectly, you could do, assuming this is obviously glitchless as well. I don't know if there's any gameplay glitches. I would imagine there is, but a glitchless run would probably be like 16 and a half minutes if I had to guess, but I could be way off on that. I could just be way underestimating my own run. Yeah, so now we're grabbing this. So this unlocks a new bar down here that enables us to measure all qubits simultaneously. We just have to line this up. So you can see that this, and with that, we're also going to be getting laser coolant, so that I messed up that. I can't see them. Their stupid dialogues pop up. So it's good to always have this ready, even if you're not going to measure it immediately, just so that when everything is ready, you can measure it. The next upgrade that we're going to be going for is this expert qubit manufacturing, because we have 60 more qubits or so that we can generate. We don't really need these upgrades yet because, oh, I should pay attention. I should zoom out a little actually. These upgrades aren't that important yet, so that we're going to wait a while on getting these, because we can just measure everything until we sort of reach more qubits. Then we can, what we're going to unlock is basically more automation for this process. But we don't need this yet. Neither of these are that important. So we're saving it for expert qubit manufacturing now. And once again, this is probably a matter of convenience. Optimal play, right, is to only measure the 20 qubit ones, but that would require a lot of work by hand, especially as you get towards like 85 qubits. So I think theoretical optimal play is a lot different than what I'm doing here. I think it'll be 2 more measures before we unlock this. Oh, I took a drink and I messed up. All right, I'm going to measure early on this one just so we can get this upgrade. See if we have 35 qubits. We need them each to be at 3 or 4-ish. So I'm just going to measure now and grab the upgrade. You can see how much faster already the generation of qubits is. Now, having very limited knowledge of hardware, in all honesty, I this is basically um, like how I imagine hardware engineers do their job. This is the same perspective, right? That I think if I see like a quantum person working on hardware under like, their day-to-day jobs, this is exactly what I think they do actually. So, I don't know. I think this is excellent preparation for the real world. Um, the next upgrade, let me grab this. If we go further down this chain, we're going to be able to unlock computerized measurements. But prior to doing that, what we're going to want to do is where is it? This is kind of a waste. The coolant injector is not that good. I think um, what we're going to do before getting the automated upgrades is we're going to get some of these 7,000 qubit or 7,000 information ones. So we need it. I think the next one we can do is this one. And then magic coolant will also be important because knocking them away as we get bigger and bigger is going to get a lot harder. But I don't think we have to do that for a little bit at least. Actually, maybe getting analog messages early is worth it. Let's see, we can go here. Maybe because we can boost them, which is a pretty potent tool. So well, I think I have to wait for them to be cohered to be boosted. That's a mistake on my part. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see that they're boosted, which means they're over like this is 30. I actually don't know what the max is if I just let them go. Oh, it's double. Okay. Yeah, so we can see massive so now what we want is the computer interface, and this will because we're so far away from the maximum qubits, I don't think the other ones are that important. If we were close to maximum qubits, I would wait to get these upgrades. But I think because we're far enough away, we can get the automated computers, which will make this process a lot easier. We don't really care about the messages at all. That's not really that important to us. All right. So now what this unlocks is the ability, and this is where it kind of gets annoying. The UI gets kind of cluttered late game, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why that one. Sometimes they also just don't like go away. Yeah, so what we like to do here is, so it just automates it, so I can just do boost, and then I'll set up, I can do measure, and then I don't have to basically do this by hand, so it just makes things go a lot smoother. And you can see it's not that important, it's mostly convenience. I don't know why, okay. I don't know what's going on with that. Sometimes, yeah, very finicky to sometimes work with them, but I need to save up for the 7,000 because we're about to reach that max and we always want to be expanding. So we can boost them, then measure them. So you can see we get about 1,500 per boosted measurement. We're gonna be really easily be able to increase that later. I think that was a real waste of a boost. That was really bad. And then we can measure them. So right now, yeah, we're just trying to get this. This was suboptimal. I think maybe I shouldn't have tried the greed for the digital computer. All right, and now let's cohere. We'll do this just so we can get the last. Come on, gotta get the noise out of here first. Then we can boost, and then we can measure, and this should give us, I'm gonna measure early so we can get this upgrade. Once we get large enough, like we're not even gonna be able to deflect the noise really. So it's gonna be important to get the magic coolant. Simply, oh, I need to not talk and focus on this. Simply because we're not even gonna be able to deflect noise. Like it's gonna be too big that we can't even work with it. So that's basically, and once we unlock the 3, once we get this one, we have a common trend that I'll show you. There we go. So yeah, so what we want to do is cohere, boost, measure, and that'll do 3 of them in order. I don't know if this is actually optimal. But I think it's worth what we want now. The coolant injector is not that good, like I said. We don't really care about any of these upgrades for the analog control because the computer, the digital computer is doing it all for us, so that doesn't really matter in all honesty. What I think is going to be important is getting the improved computer memory, because that will allow us to put weight in between the boost and measure, which is going to be really important. You can see this is somewhat suboptimal. How much are we getting per? Yeah, it might not even be worth. Might just do the measurement by hand because we're measuring too quickly basically. So I can, let's see, 25. I think we're gonna have to push it back. It might be 30-minute run is what we're looking at here. Uh-oh, I need to measure this ASAP. There we go, just in time. And really, I'm not gonna, like, this is at the point in the game where you can't really deflect all of them. I am actually gonna grab this just so I can eradicate that cosmic ray buildup. It's only 1K, so it's worth because I probably lose about 1K, maybe more in the timing there. And then I'm saving up for the, oh, come on. I'm saving up for this improved computer memory. Like these upgrades are pretty useless. I did the algorithms and I didn't really get, I don't know if the tutorial just wasn't clear, but I was like, not really understand what was going on with that or why or how you completed things or stuff like that. So we're not going to mess with that too much. That might be super important to optimal runs, but we'll deal with that later. Let's get those out of there. All right, now we have computer memory, so we can do weight and then measure. And so this will be important. So now when I run it, we can see that yeah, see now we're getting just over 1,000. I think it's probably even more worth if I do boost and then weight. Oh, that's a bad. And then I can, that gives even more time for measurement. You can see right now we're at 128 qubits. We're going to want to get some of these faster qubit speed is going to be a really important one. I just need to continually run that program basically on loop. Once we get the rest of the qubit upgrades, we'll do the noise upgrades. Oh, I messed up. You want to wait for the qubits to cohere before you do that. That was my mistake. So now that they're all basically cohered, now we can run that. So now we're waiting, and it just automates this process, which is very nice. It's still suboptimal though, because we would ideally want, see, I don't even know if I'm fast enough to really make the coherence matter. But I don't know why it didn't run right there. But what we're gonna want is to wait even more because we're wasting a lot of the boost by measuring so early. I'm doing really bad with the noise right now. In fact, I might just do coherent and boost just to be able to do this even faster. Automate this a little more because now we can do faster qubit information generation, which is going to be really important to our boosting efficacy. And we also, you can see the noise is kind of getting too much right now. I definitely need the noise upgrade. I just need to run this on repeat, basically. Okay, I made a mistake by greeting the usage of that. The coolants. I made a mistake there that really messed me up. It's costing me a lot right now. I'm not able to deflect all of these particles. And even at a certain point, it's not even worth deflecting them. So, yeah, as you see, I can't even scroll out, and I have to scroll out all the way. I can't even see up here, which is kind of unfortunate. So I'm basically now, I just have to get the injector, and then it doesn't even really matter at this point. The next thing we're going to want to do is get this expert information capacity probably, and maybe impossible coolants. These aren't really important. Actually, I think what we're doing here is probably suboptimal, but we'll try it anyway. Speed doesn't really matter for the alignment. That doesn't. Yeah, we don't really reach the maximum amount a lot, so we're just gonna, I need to make sure to just be running that constantly. So we're gonna save up for this impossible coolant first. There we go, that's a better. You can see like once it gets in, even knocking it out is, okay, there we go. That's exactly what we need is maximum coolant, because you can see I can't really even deflect anymore. We're almost at max qubits. Yeah, this is 28 minutes, so a little behind the 25 goal, but we should be closing in. On the amount. There's not a lot of important, these analogs don't matter because we never use analog. The only important ones that are left are basically the expert information, because this doesn't really matter. We don't care about the speed with which things get done. We're waiting for we have to wait for the boost anyway. I'm pretty sure the new messages aren't even that good. There's a shield and entangle. So we might actually, I realize now I might have made a big mistake that could have been why I think I could hit the 25 minutes, because I think if we got the entangle, that would have been a lot better, because we could do cohere boost or cohere entangle boost, because entangle makes you load so much faster. So yeah, let me try. So I want this one, I want to do entangle, and then we want to boost. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Look at those returns. That's so much. I think another run could easily knock off a substantial amount of time. Um, I'm just gonna grab these upgrades because we have to get them anyway, so might as well grab them. I'm gonna wait to unlock the quantum algorithms last because that's oh, you can see though that's the disadvantage, right? Is that if a qubit hits, it can knock out the whole thing, or if noise hits. So we just have to generate this. Um, Once again, I'm gonna rerun this expert auto alignment. So now this trajectory is all we need. We're definitely gonna be, I think we're looking at, you can see now it gets so busy, which is really annoying. We do unlock error correcting through that path, but it doesn't really matter that much to me because it doesn't generate that much. Also, I like the email. It's a funny point. This one doesn't really matter as well. Neither of them. Like right now, we just need to generate more. So we should be. I'll just grab it because there, but yeah, it does help that we like it's very inconvenient now. All right, I don't know if this is the last upgrade. Let me see. If so, then our run is coming to a close. Let's see. Yep, just stopped it. So there we go. 31, 42, 8. 31, 42. I'll just round down because I relied on some reaction speed. So there are no more upgrades that I know of. Um, oh, when did I unlock auto run? I wasn't even paying attention. Um, but I'm pretty sure that's all. Yeah, so I think that's all of it. Also dark mode, which is much better. So let me just check. Oh, maybe that's not all of it. Let me play for a second. Okay, as it turns out, there is an end to the game. I did finish playing it. Um, but I it only took me, 7 more minutes. It was just basically, I don't know, putting together the little algorithms in the right. It was a lot of RNG, so I feel like it's not as good of a speedrunning goal, but I'll still log it. I'll take the world record. Maybe it's more official, but it does add, you know, 8 minutes, which is kind of annoying, and it is a lot of RNG. So I'll log both runs, but that's kind of fun. If anyone wants to take this from me, I don't know if this game is going to be available tomorrow or not, but if it is, I encourage you to try and take the world record from me. There you go, 38 minutes 23 seconds, or 31 minutes 42 seconds for the all upgrades. Anyway, that was just that's a very different, I don't know, radically different, not informative at all, but hopefully you had a little fun. I know I did.